Hello, everybody. Dr. Lonnie Stewart here from the Healthcare Education Transformation Podcast. Are you a physical therapy student about to start studying for the National Physical Therapy Examination? Or maybe you're a professor, or program director, or clinical instructor who teaches DPT students preparing for the NPTE? Either way, we would recommend checking out our sponsor, NPTE Final Frontier, and the community they've built around preparing for and succeeding on the NPTE. That exam and the preparation that goes along with it can be long, tedious, difficult, and stress-inducing, but it doesn't have to be. NPTE Final Frontier has the tactics and resources to help address all of the usual barriers. They even have scholarships to help with NPTE study courses, FSBPT registration fees, and even research opportunities. And if that's not enough, they're even donating to the very first annual HET Podcast Scholarship to be awarded at the end of every year. Go to npteff.com for all of the details and use code HET for 10% off all purchases. Links to both the NPTE Final Frontier and their scholarship options are available in the show notes. And now, let's get ready to learn.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Healthcare Education Transformation Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. F. Scott Feil, with a Teach Me Something Tuesday brought to you from my beautiful backyard because it is just too nice to be inside today. Today's all about advocating for yourself and your career. We hear about advocacy a lot in healthcare because we need to be advocates for our patients, for our profession, for ourselves. One of the big things that we need to do with our career is to advocate for ourselves. And one of the first tips that I always give people is to really start saying no to busy work or work that doesn't fulfill you, or chair positions or committee positions that just don't align with your North Star. If it doesn't align with your North Star, it's not going to propel you forward. And worse than that, it's going to take up time, precious time that you don't always have, and it's just going to make you resent it. So make sure that you're saying no more, especially to things that seem like busy work or that just don't align with your direction and the way your career is heading. The second thing we need to start doing is really taking biases head on. If you see that somebody is looking at you or overlooking you for a certain position, or because you don't have a certain skill set, or they just think you can't do it for whatever reason, set up a meeting with that person, talk to them, see what their thoughts are and why they feel the way they do. If you feel like you're being looked over, set up a meeting with your program director or your boss and just say, hey, I've noticed that this last couple positions that have come available have gone to these people. I'd like to make sure that I'm in the ring for a position like that. What do I need to do to make sure that I'm making the best effort I can to get one of those positions eventually as well? Setting up that meeting and just showing your interest. Sometimes people just don't even know you have the interest. So make sure that you are taking on biases head on. The next thing that you can do is leveraging your network, right? It's always good to leverage your network. I can't remember the last time I actually applied for a job. Like, every job I've gotten in the last decade or so has been from my network. Either somebody knew that I was a good fit for a position, or some place reached out to me because they knew that my skill set fit what they were looking for. And again, if you do good work over a long period of time, eventually you get a reputation, and that reputation can propel you, especially when your network is the group of people that you respect and that you look for when times get tough or you have questions. And that network is going to be the people that talk about you behind closed doors when you're not there. And you really want to make sure that they're talking positively about you. And the best way to do that is to always look to help people without anything in return, and just keep in touch. Keep tabs on people, see how they're doing, ask if they can help, ask if you can help. Using your network is a great way to really leverage opportunities that may be outside of your current comfort level, and even outside of your current university or situation or wherever you're working. And then last but not least, promote the heck out of yourself and your academic achievements. Nobody's going to do it for you. You have to be the one to shamelessly promote the heck out of yourself, because nobody's going to do it for you. And a few might, right? A few might just say, hey, this person's amazing. I worked with them. I loved it. Hey, if you ever need somebody who has this skill set, this is the person to go to. Those are all great. Those will happen few and far in between, because quite frankly, a lot of people have their own stuff they're dealing with. They have their own issues. They have their own stuff they're trying to navigate. And so the best thing that you can do is just simply stand up for yourself, put yourself out there, show people, tell people all that you've done because you're proud of it, not because you're trying to brag or because, you're just full of yourself and you're an egotistical maniac, but just because you're doing good things that are going to help people and you want to showcase that and show people, hey, this is my area of expertise. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I've been working on. This is where all those many hours have gone to. Here's the result, right? So shamelessly promote the heck out of yourself, right? I always tell my students that they should be unapologetically promoting themselves because no one's coming to save you. No one's going to do it for you. So take those 4 tips, utilize them to leverage your next position or your next promotion, and really look after yourself when trying to move up the ladder within academia or within the healthcare world. Hope that was helpful, and we'll see you on the next one.
Hello, everybody. Dr. F. Scott Feil here, and we don't do this nearly enough. I wanted to thank you as an audience for being here, for listening to the shows. Without you guys, we wouldn't have anybody to geek out with over education and learning and teaching and educating. So thank you for being here, for being, faithful listeners over the years. Also, if possible, we'd love to ask a favor. We don't do this often, but if you could leave a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen to this podcast, we would greatly appreciate it. It helps boost our rankings and our algorithm and really just helps get this message out to more people out there in healthcare education who may need, some of the episodes and the experts that we interview. So if you could, like I said, leave a rating and review, we would greatly appreciate it. And we will see you on the next show.